Gundam fight all set! Ready, go!
Well, hello, folks, and welcome to the Mechpit chat for, what is this, November? Wow, November already. November 3rd of 2025. A little short notice, I know, just having some weird technical hiccups in the background. I have some audio echoing for myself that I just have to try to power through all the same. I will try to work through that I will try to work through that and hopefully won't throw myself off too much. Which is unfortunately only on my end. Hopefully you guys won't be hearing it, but it is what it is. All the same. Guys, happy November. This weekend has come and gone, and we have had a Halloween all come and pass, which is so weird to think. No, Dave, there was just some weird technical hiccups going on. I was trying to deal with. I should really get around to posting a thing for it, but I will deal with that here in due time. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get things launched, shall we? Where do I have my clip? Oh, of course, I never had these clips. All the same, let me go ahead and drop a clip, and we'll bring some fine folks on in.
What up, guys?
Yeah.
I
want to see you be braver.
Raven! Raven!
That's a Perbia.
We are
Yep.
truly blessed with some great mech series.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But, of course, speaking of blessed, I am blessed with a great little panel for tonight. Of course, we have, as always, our good friend, Mr. Punkwaddle, with us. How's it going, sir?
Doing all right. Starting to hit, below 70 degrees in Texas. It's nice down here in the South.
That's nice.
Yeah, maybe hit 60s, maybe even 50s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I get to look forward to, 28 in the morning.
We get 2 days of that a year.
Yeah, I had to scrape off frost on my car this morning.
I do not envy.
Yeah, you guys get nice weather constantly.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, we also have Mr. Stacks of Friends with us. How's the puppeteering going, my friend?
It's going pretty good. Had a good video that came out for the Halloween special. That was fun. Now I got to set up for. I got to do another Gators adventure and then set up for the Halloween. Not Halloween. Thanksgiving special. And
Yeah.
all that jazz. That one's probably one of my favorite live streams. Yep.
Always the fun stuff. But in addition to all that, we have a special guest for tonight. Someone who I thought was a great person to bring on for one of the prominent stories that came out this week was Mr. OGGM,
that's me.
The Super Sentai extraordinaire.
I don't know if I'm the extraordinaire, but
I mean, aside from raising a fist and shaking it angrily at the clouds when you talk about tabletop RPGs, you also know a thing or two about some superheroes.
yeah, I guess I do. I know a little bit about superheroes and Super Sentai. Not as much as some others, but I am following with bated breath the latest news from both PR and what's going on in Japan.
I guess that is probably a good question to ask because I really don't know what's going on with Power Rangers. Have you heard anything as of late with it?
Power Rangers or Super Sentai? Power Rangers. Ninja Kids is doing a brand new Power Rangers run. It's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's mostly AI, and apparently it is a lot better than people expected it to be. I haven't seen any of the episodes yet. Disney has got Armosaurus now, which is basically Korean Power Rangers, that they're doing the same old stuff that Saban did, where they're taking the Korean footage and mixing it with American actors. And Hasbro keeps saying, oh, we're going to reboot it. But as of now, it's just Ninja Kids and Armosaurus on Disney. And then, of course, over in Japan, over the weekend was the announcement of Tohei saying they're done after 60 years.
Boy.
But
of all the things kind of to pick at there, let's start with, I guess, the familiar stuff from our shores. There was a little article that popped up here, and I thought we were just going to touch on a little bit of this because it is all within our little neck of the woods. We do at least have a little bit of licensing still going on with Power Rangers that kind of goes to show you that we're still going to get some stuff. We're still going to milk the Mighty Morphin era.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's the main money era, I think, is the Mighty Morphin era. That's the one most people are familiar with. So I think Hasbro's going to milk that for as long as they can.
it's that nostalgic
Yeah.
rate. But it's just kind of unfortunate. Like, I got sort of disillusioned with Power Rangers because I got sick of always leaning into the Mighty Morphin era. I'm like, hey, it's fine, but I mean, there's other eras I would much rather.
Oh, I mean, I think the Disney era is way better than the Mighty Morphin era. But Mighty Morphin was first, so that's what everybody loves.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with it. Which has kind of gotten into some weird stuff going on. Like this, for example.
Oh yeah, the Stop Super Sentai. Yeah, they announced they're ending the 50-year run of Super Sentai. This has something to do with how popular Zets is. Because earlier this year they announced that they're not doing any more Power Rangers Kamen Rider crossovers. I mean, Super Sentai crossovers. You know, that was always a big thing. Every year you'd have the big Christmas Super Sentai Kamen Rider crossover, and they said, "Oh, we're not going to do that anymore." And then Zets started, and you know, Zets is running here in America too on YouTube, and apparently doing way better than anybody expected it. It's so.
Yeah.
Following that was they're saying we're done with Super Sentai, but then they've got something else coming out next year, Magic Ninjas, but it's not being called a Sentai. So for them to say we're ending production of Super Sentai from an American point of view as opposed to their point of view, I think we're looking at this through an American lens and thinking, oh my God, they're done. But maybe what they're really just doing is a soft reboot. And probably they might try and do the same experiment that they did with Zets and maybe do a cross-platform thing. Because they've already started filming Ninja School or whatever it's called. So,
do you think it's just kind of like we've been doing this format, this sort of thing for 50 years? Let's just do something adjacent, but just kind of, I don't know, make a few shifts. Maybe do you think it could be?
I think that is the general hope, is what they mean, is by dropping, you know, it's like one guy said, I don't remember who it was one, it might have been Doss. It was somebody said, you know, it's always something Super Sentai. Pirate Super Sentai, Wizard Super Sentai. What happens if we drops the Super Sentai and just call it, you know, Costume Ninja Magic Users or whatever they're going to call the next one? Super Sentai implies a certain format.
Right.
We drop that. We can start getting crazy, you know? Let's have the female be the red or whatever, you know?
The other question I have is, in the way that, you know, Toei and all the stuff have been realizing that they need to market to a global audience, not necessarily cater to the global audience, but, you know, they have to sort of figure out how to use this as an export. Do you think some of this could be sort of a restructure of the brand, the inner working, the people, the organization, to sort of like restructure it so it is more focused on that, as opposed to, you know, not just dropping the name, but just kind of restructuring, reformatting the show, but maybe also reformatting their kind of business structure too, and how they go about it?
Yeah. Oh, I totally think so. I mean, one of the reasons I said they're ending it is it's not making enough money, but you know, it's Super Sentai. It's literally a license to print free money with, you know, the merchandising in Japan every year.
Yeah.
But they're looking at the success of Zets and going, we can do that, I think.
But at the same time, though, if you stop and look at what's been going on with Japan, I mean, they do have the issue of the birth rates, which has been a problem for them long term. And then meanwhile, all their contemporaries have been making big bucks all across the globe. And here's this brand, which is one of their big bread and butters, but they just due to contractual agreements they made, 20, 30 years ago, they can't tap into that pool. So
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, their hands are tied. They can't even sell in certain marketing
Yeah.
outside of the country.
So they need a new brand. It's like when a company, they change their name, they remanage, they recharter under a new name. So therefore, current contracts and current things no longer apply because they're technically not that company anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of branding and copywriting thing.
Or like when a company's getting sued, and so they just change their name often enough so that the paper, by the time it goes through, it's for the wrong company.
Yeah, exactly.
It's certainly a theory, but I don't know how certain I am that that's actually what's playing out because just frankly,
well, it's Japan. We're never going to know the full story.
Right. Not only that, there's like business inside secrets, and also we have the issue of the language barrier. So there's like 3 or 4 degrees of separation from whatever truth might be.
Well, I think part of the problem is now the world sees Super Sentai as, oh, that's that Power Rangers thing, as opposed to Power Ranger, oh, that's that Super Sentai thing. So I think another way to globally brandize, which I think is what they're really looking at, is to drop the name because the name is associated with Power Rangers. Change the look because the look is associated with Power Rangers. Become a new thing. Well, still, hey, here's a bunch of idiots in costumes fighting monsters, but it's new, it's different. It's not Power Rangers. It's our own thing again. So we can sell it to Spain and wherever else and not be stuck with that label. I don't think it's going to go away. It's just too ingrained in pop culture, but changing the names, changing the format, changing production company.
Do you think it's a bit of a gamble, or do you think it's going to be kind of like everybody be like, oh, that's what that is, cool, and just fall in lockstep with the new sort of format?
I think it'll probably I think we're probably going to go. Yeah. I mean, if this was going to be the last one, I kind of have hoped it would have been better because it's just all over the place.
Well, like, because you're comparing it to Kamen Rider. Sorry, it was the last thing I'll say really quick, but you're comparing to the success of Zets, right? Which is just Kamen Rider. It's just a newer thing. They're using the dream sequence so they can pull in slightly some different stuff, and they can pull in things that weren't necessarily tradition. So you're definitely stepping over with Western elements, but there's still the Kamen Rider title. There's still like this backbone of history that people can be like, oh, this is fun. I want to watch the rest of them, and I know what Kamen Rider is. Now it's like, oh, this isn't Super Sentai. This is Super Sentai adjacent. I'm kind of interested, but this is a whole new thing. I'm not jumping into a rich lore franchise. I don't know. It just that sort of
Zets definitely embraces the past. Embraces the rewrite, or however you pronounce it, era, with the look, the style. The only thing that's 2025 is the new belt and the tie-in to toys. But everything else is definitely here. It's definitely doing W and Black and all the old stuff.
Well, I mean, even
James coming off of the success of Shin Rider,
right? But
that was a gamble. They didn't know if it was going to work, if the Americans would watch it. And I think that's what part of what I'm reading is that whoever's going to grab the ball after Toei or whoever says we're done is looking at the Zets model and going, how can we do this?
Yeah. And it's such a shame too, because for as good as a lot of this stuff is, it's hard to get that original material out there. I mean, you can't exactly get the same kind of distribution models and methods. Not when the Power Rangers out there, and you're going to have the issue of any sort of brand confusion that's going to stab on top of that.
Yeah, brand confusion is going to be a problem, especially in the States.
Yeah,
which is a shame too, because I want to be able to enjoy this stuff. And by the way, speaking of, Apparently, Shell Factory, which is distributing a bunch of the Super Sentai, is getting a rebrand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like I guess they're going to a different warehouse, different distributor. Either way, there might be some. Looks like the new site brings free standard U.S. shipping with no minimum order requirement. Oh, nice.
Okay, so they're okay. So again, there it seems like there's a lot of like what we were talking about last summer with Toei, and earlier all this stuff, like Spencer Bounding in the comments was talking about, like they're rebranding, they're doing all this stuff, but they're literally adjusting their companies probably for some of the business practices and being able to certain accessibilities and certain extensions to make it more accessible in the West too, huh?
I think they have to, yeah.
It's just a reality that they need to really lean into international distribution more. Like the internet is here, and there is an infinite potential of audience to tap into.
And so many people have been wanting these some of this stuff like that Shout has, and some of this old stuff that they might have their hands in, and might have some of the licensed too that have just been in limbo. But if you have this kind of new entity that can kind of draw on things, and maybe if it's a new company, right, maybe it can figure out how to access things that have been limbo that other things couldn't, right? Because
I think they'll probably, if they did that format like you just said, I think it would be very much the same way, Zets and Lupin versus Pata, where they acknowledge it without saying anything. Number one writer is very much in your face, but Pata Ranger was very subtle when they referenced the other stuff. And when they did the second city, what was it, Dino Fury or whatever one, or the American one where they did the second season of Go Busters, and there was all those subtle nods, and it turned out the bad guy was the bad guy from RPM. That was a very clever way to nod to the past. So I think if they want to start over but still accept what you said, I think they would have to do it that same way. Very subtle nods, very tongue-in-cheek nods, a fan running through and mentioning a name.
Gotcha. And didn't they sell off a lot of the Sentai American assets last summer or this summer?
Yeah, Hasbro sold the entire warehouse.
Yeah, so that's another reason why they have to start over, because they don't have those props anymore.
No, that was dumb, but yeah.
Like, unless there's some super fan that went and collected all of it and is willing to like sell it back to the studio at with some sort of, or funded, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
yeah,
I think it's been scattered across the winds.
I'm sure.
I don't think one person bought it all, which would suck, but it would be nice if somebody did. That was my hope, that some super fan would gobble it all up.
No, I don't think Elon is quite the Super Sentai fan.
Nor is Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he had to fire all those people from Amazon, because he needed to support his
secret Power Rangers fix.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos would buy the Lost Galaxy Megazord just so he could like turn it into an Amazon Prime drone delivery machine.
It's 1 hour delivery, but you have to live in like 2 blocks from the warehouse.
From the warehouse.
Traffic's it.
The first heavily armed drone from Amazon.
I choose Mechagodzilla. I choose Gundam.
These porch pirates are getting insane. They started bringing in putties.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
That'd be a great way to advertise. So,
I think that's a really good segue here, because we did get one little bit of breaking news today, actually. And that is that we did get a little teaser for the next Godzilla movie.
Yes, so excited. Who thought there would be another one? I mean, I knew we'd see another Godzilla versus Kong, but I didn't think we'd see a sequel to this.
Well, I mean, when you stop and look at just how successful this movie was, like it was
Yeah.
really no doubt about it, which
Yeah.
is really goes to show you, like, well, at the same time, some of the stuff that does insanely well internationally from Japan, for whatever reason, they wind up not doing sequels to. This actually is a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I know is that somebody said it might have Hedora in it, but other than that, I don't know anything about it.
No, I think so far we've only really gotten just like the title reveal, and just it's a video just to put out the show to get a little bit of word behind it, and hey, by the way, new Godzilla. But
Yeah, I mean, it's
it
just
is
I
ultimately,
mean,
it is ultimately part of a bigger agreement that they made with Legendary, where Toho and Legendary can both make movies, but they cannot release in the same year.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
If that's
So
that's
the
the only
two separate universes. Okay.
Okay.
The
they
Monarch
don't want
universe.
to.
But yeah, I would. That's the way you should do it. To have the Monarch universe and then the Toho universe.
I was trying to pull up some. Okay, there it is. Godzilla -1 on a budget of, mind you, we found out what, $12 million, has managed to get in a worldwide gross of $105 million.
Yeah, it's amazing for a Godzilla movie. But Zero One is just a really good movie that happens to have Godzilla in it.
Now, admittedly, I somehow managed to avoid seeing -1 still to this day. Like, after all the hype, after all the buzz, I still haven't gotten
Dude,
around to watching
it's
it.
so good. It is so
I
surprisingly good. It's
I haven't seen it either.
it's emotionally good. The story is amazing. The practical effects are amazing. Then you watch it in like black and white.
Maybe I just what I think what my thing is, I just ultimately prefer the rubber suit Godzilla movies. Like, I want to go back and watch like Godzilla versus Biolante. I want to see him fighting Hedorah and getting poop thrown in his face.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I want a goofy mecha Godzilla. That's what I want. That's why I love watching the Super Sentai. That gets me more excited. I'm like, yes, I want to see the silly rubber suits. I want to see Godzilla do the tail slide.
Oh yeah, the tail slide.
Did you post that, or who posted that today? In one of the chats.
I don't know if they'd risk the tail slide in today's market, but it'd be awesome if they did.
Oh, and by the way, apparently, speaking of Godzilla as well, today is also Godzilla's birthday, by the way, guys.
Yep.
Happy birthday to Godzilla.
Happy birthday, Big G.
Yeah.
70 years of stomping Tokyo. You think they'd learn by now?
You would think you would have gotten it all by now.
Well, apparently they just rebuild.
Yeah. Hey, Jedi Master. Yeah. It's those nanites, I guess.
Hope you're doing okay, Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi Master, I guess, had spent a little time in the hospital. So we're wishing him the best of luck. Send some thoughts and prayers your way, buddy.
Yeah.
He'll be up and yelling at us in puppet form in no time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that was kind of fundamentally a lot of the big news that was kind of popping up. Of course, Kamen Riders, that's just still going on. I was able to just kind of catch up on that. I couldn't find episode 9 yet. Were they off this week?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. The Japan to YouTube transition is weird on what days it shows up.
There's not any special weeks. Like, didn't China had Golden Week a few weeks ago, right? Or is it Japan having Golden Week soon?
Don't know.
That's spring.
I think, well, yeah, Golden Week is like end of March going into April.
Yeah, in Japan.
Because I think it's all tied into like the fiscal new year.
Yeah, it is. And I think there was something in China. I don't know. I'm trying to remember, but I remember every now and then there's those weird gaps.
Well, the thing is, Kamen Rider Ultimate only has like 1 or 2 weeks where they're typically off because it is otherwise a like 50 episode season.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Plus a movie or two.
that's
Oh yeah,
dedication.
plus all that too. We kind of forget about that. Which don't you wish that was just sort of the norm for Western entertainment?
just spit out a random summer Batman movie. God, yes.
Well, on top of that, just the constant episodes. I mean, heck, if we go back, like 24 episodes used to be the norm.
Yes.
The
Sorry,
actors
that was
would oftentimes complain about that. It's like we don't get any rest, and it's like you have steady work for the entire year effectively. You go do this show, you take 5 or 6 months off, and then boom, you're back to work.
Mm-hmm. You could do a movie or two in that. That's 5 or 6 months. Yeah.
But that's just sort of the frustrating thing, though. It's like we get these shows. Oh my! And the other part of it is also the time between seasons. Like we're talking like what, almost 2.5 years for One Piece season 2 now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And they're already working on 2 seasons in.
Or how Game of Thrones took how many years to do 7 seasons that had 5 episodes per season? Like,
yeah, it's just a different mentality, I guess.
yeah.
But we don't merchandise the way they do. Let's face it. We, compared to the way Japan merchandises and makes money off the merchandising, America just we merchandise, but we don't merchandise.
Yeah, we don't merchandise.
No. I mean,
Well, we used to, and that was part of the appeal of like why they put all the cartoons out, was because they would sell toys.
Yes.
Yep.
No one wants to make those toys anymore.
Oh, yeah, clearly, Hasbro selling off their toys, selling off their Sentai. Like, what's next? What does Hasbro have left? Intellectual property?
Beyblade.
Go ahead.
Wait, do that show Beyblade?
Beyblade, did you see for the Q3 numbers? Beyblade was like huge for some reason. Beyblade has come back. There's like Beyblade tournaments now and Beyblade leagues, and nobody can explain why.
Dang.
It's that 20-year rule. Certain
I guess,
fall in, fall out. And plus, you always see those little videos pop up where people are like, fill a hot pan with like oil, then drop a Beyblade in.
So yeah, I mean, I guess they have the Beyblade license, but yeah, they sold off Power Rangers. Okay. Transformers is flopping around somewhere. G.I. Joe is DOA.
Yeah, even though there was a really cool mashup comic book of G.I. Joe and Transformer that Iron Castry was pushing pretty hard this year.
Yeah, the comic book stuff is still good. The Boom Studio stuff.
Yeah, I understand, but like it's again like, and I think you're right. Beyblade is like that generation's their kind of nostalgia, that when nothing makes sense, but this is still carrying through, kind of like some people's Pokemon, some people's Digimon. Like, the Digimon game apparently is doing really good. It's funny how things that some pockets of us forgot about or always had a fan base.
Yes.
Ultimately, I think what the lesson we learned is we need crossovers. We need to have ambitious crossovers.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider playing Beyblade. Yes.
Did you just go to Grok for this?
No, this is an actual photo. This has been around for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably Vietnam. But still awesome.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I remember when I was like 6 and I was at Big Lots near my grandma's house, and there was this little thing, they were called like spinges or something, or spin, and it was like this. It's kind of like the precursor to Beyblade, but it was just this little wind up tube, and it was no wider than like a dime, and you had little figures that had little kind of the screw grooves in, and you twist them in their little launchers, and they were like a little spinning top.
Yes.
And then they came in their own little case. So like you had 2 launchers, 2 little guys, and then the case had that convex or concave little tournament area sort of thing. Okay, this is literally
Hypnotic.
Beyblades in
Fire.
hot oil. Yeah.
But yeah, it is so simple to make like Spinjos, and we don't have that anymore. We don't have Keyman anymore. I don't know why.
I mean, Rock'em Sock'em robots were pretty awesome, and we see like every 5 years a kind of resurgence of that.
Yes, yeah, for like stocking stuffers and stuff.
Yeah, and like the finger puppet version, they get cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, they don't ever have to make new molds. They've been using the same design since like the 1980s.
True. It's simple, but it works.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, I've gone down a rabbit hole now.
Oh God, no.
You see that twinkle in his eye? We're gonna get something really weird.
The subreddit of weird stuff with
as long as it's not Beyblades and in disgusting things like pig blood and corn oil.
Beyblade porn.
All right, first off, we have moon runes. We have a Pokemon here, so this may be China. This could be Japan. Could be Vietnam. We really don't know.
Oh, this is the big wok where they like cook the eggs and fry the rice, huh?
It does look like a wok. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes.
Giant Beyblade.
Industrial scale. Oh, yes!
Oh dang, that's a lot of color.
Fight, Beyblade, fight!
I don't care. I didn't put it.
That's a whole episode right there, you know. Can the Beyblades unite against Mega Beyblade?
Let the fires of our passion burn. They're all colored.
How are the babes?
No, it was 0. Check.
My grandfather's Beyblade is never lost.
No!
Oh no!
Go red. Go.
2 down. Come on, Red.
You know, it's like when you go to the sports game, you're like, which color's gonna win the race?
Like I am so emotional.
Somebody save the black one. It's gonna get crisped. How is
Black
the red
melt.
one just going?
Black's starting to
Like-
melt, I think.
Yeah.
But of course, the Red Ranger is left standing.
That's true.
Oh.
Now you made it real because the Green Ranger's down.
Oh.
Here, Joey, take my Beyblade. Dun, 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 dun. Be the new Green Beyblade Ranger.
Now it's gonna be a white Beyblade.
You got it, Mark.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
What are you doing?
I have to stop looking down this because this is all I'm gonna.
Yep.
All I'm gonna look up now. Just Beyblade videos.
Yep. You have algorithmed yourself for the next 5 days.
Yep.
Oh my
That's
god,
gonna-
this one blows.
This is gonna be the new theme of your channel.
Yeah.
Ironcaster's Beyblades.
The Beyblade pit.
I'm sorry, I saw one glowing. I gotta share it. I'm like, guys, you gotta look at this thing.
There was a Beyblade anime, wasn't there? Or am I just imagining that?
Oh,
I
there were
think so.
multiple.
Yeah.
Like there was for whatever reason they managed to make a PlayStation game out of it.
Oh yeah. What?
Why is it blow? Oh, like there's 2 of them.
Oh God! This is the crossover episode.
That was just a Pikachu.
A top of some kind, yeah.
I love the color. Like
Yeah.
green wallpaper.
What kind of oil is that? Also, they're gonna have to clean that out really good.
At this point, I'm assuming industrial.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, they might put colors in the oil, but yeah, it is really pretty.
True.
But you were saying what? Hasbro has some really solid numbers with Beyblade.
I'm sorry, what? Oh yeah, Hasbro had some
Oh,
great numbers.
that was the point.
Yeah, that was the whole point. That just Beyblade experiencing a sudden,
A burst.
What IPs this Hasbro still hold that they haven't just abandoned? It's making money, and it's Beyblades and Furby and Peppa.
Mm.
And apparently, they think one of the next upcoming sets is going to be as big as the Lord of the Rings set
For Magic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're getting really weird. If you look at the secret layers, they're like, we're running out of main ones. What can we still do that we haven't crossed over with yet? Toilet paper? I don't know.
Well, so I mean, we know the Hobbit is coming as one of the next sets, but which to a degree, I'm okay with those because it's fantasy and it's got magic, so those kind of fit. But they lose me when they tell me they're doing Star Trek.
Yeah. Magic the Gathering, Star Trek. Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. How you can't mix science and magic?
Yeah, when anybody does that as a genre, science and magic in the same TV show, never work.
So crazy.
Unless you count Thunder the Barbarian and all the other ones.
Yeah.
But other than that,
or like Castlevania, where scientists and then the killer and he gets mad. And
so yeah, who knows? But if we're switching over to magic, talk about just license to write free money. They literally don't have to do anything. There's probably like two guys now whose job it is to come up with the next theme.
I mean, you're not wrong. With the amount of AI they have at their disposal, it's really not no surprise.
Yeah,
that they probably don't really need to have a huge budget. I mean, mainly just for balancing rules. But even then, it's like wherever we'll just ban it.
Yeah. Magic the Gathering Elf Quest. I don't know who has the rights to Elf Quest. I don't think I'm sure somebody does. Chaosium does, so I don't say I have it.
I had Elf Quest like one of my tweets.
nice.
Not often I get to talk about that, but yeah, that happened. All I know is I post elves, and people seem to like pictures of elves.
Yeah, I remember when you're going through the elf phase.
Yeah, people like titty elves.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Big titty elves is my life, Mom. It's my life.
It's a way of life. That I put my hood up and I just go sit in the corner, and I'm like, I play some Evanescence.
Wake me up.
Can't wake up. Save me. Oh God, that is
titty elves, baby.
Don't save me from the big elves. Wait. No, I need the elves.
I need my big titty elf body pillow, Mom.
Yeah. Some people have a what is it? A therapy dog? Yeah.
You've got a therapy big titty elf pillow. Yep.
Well, technically that's Gator, but yeah.
Yep. Not gonna kink shame you.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Look, all I know is in life I need but two things:
What's
big titty elves and robots.
Yeah, that's really. I mean,
Didn't that girl in Braverton come close to being an elf? The
Kind of.
Mika.
So, with that said, I got my Christmas bonus, and so I did a little spending for myself. I splurged a little bit. I was like, what the heck? I'm gonna get myself a 3D printer finally. as I was looking around doing the whole Amazon shopping for the holidays, I came across something that I saw and I said, I must have this.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I came across a little company called Gravistar, and
okay.
they make a bunch of cool sci-fi gadget type stuff. Like it looks cool, but it's like it's earbuds.
Okay.
Transformer earbuds, awesome.
Like it,
Yeah, but it looks cool.
it looks like it should be like a cyberpunk game or like
Yeah.
Starbound.
Great accessories.
They also make like Bluetooth speakers, and while I don't want to drop $150 on a new Bluetooth speaker, I was willing to spend like a little bit for just a little like USB.
Okay.
Look it up.
He's cute.
That is that like Chappie's head?
I don't know, but all I know is I can stick things in his head.
Yeah.
It's the
Ears move. I can go bend his legs up. Look at him.
That's really cool.
he's awesome.
I mean, the one downside, he's got like a US. He's got kind of got a wall mount dick.
Yeah, that does kind of imply testicles, but other than that,
He's got four legs.
He is packing.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just now they're just the lower firing lasers.
Yeah.
Orbital bombardment lasers.
Exactly. Take care of those rioters while the main guns deal with the rioters' tanks.
Meanwhile, the riders are playing Beyblade.
Yeah, exactly. It all comes back to Beyblade.
You mean it comes back around in a loop. In a
Yeah,
circle.
yeah. Life is a circle, and Beyblade's a circle. Life is Beyblade.
Yeah. Life is a highway. Sorry, somebody had to.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
But honestly, I didn't have much else going on tonight, but I wanted to kind of touch on this stuff a little bit. So I think we might call it a little short because I gotta go figure out what's going on with my audio setup.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
yeah.
do it
Is there
soon.
anything big coming on the anime pike?
I mean, Chainsaw Man is knocking it out of the ballpark.
With the movie, yeah.
Okay.
And they just did the Demon movie, and I guess another series of One Punch Man is finally finished. So we'll see that soon, I think.
Let's see. If I have pull up some numbers real quick just to show off. For this weekend, we had Chainsaw Man was number 3 at the box office,
Okay.
and then Back to the Future it just got re-released and is number
For
5.
40th. Yeah. But that's all profits, so still it's technically the most profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for
But
sure.
yeah, come on, guys. Number 5 for Back to the Future 40th anniversary. But Black Phone number 2 is what you want to see.
Let's go down the list. Bruce Springsteen biopic.
Mm.
I'm sorry, but no one born after like 2000 or let's say 1995 really has that sort of nostalgia for Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
He's the boss, but not to Gen Z.
Yeah. He
Some
could go
theater
back
is still showing Twilight.
Like most people, if they know his name, will probably associate him with that Nebraska thing that nobody really listened to but heard was good. And who?
Tron Ares is continuing to flop.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, Jared Leto comes out of retirement every 5 to 10 years for a movie, and what happens with it?
Oh my god!
What?
I just saw it down at number 12, Bahubali.
Oh.
Which, in case you don't know, Bahubali is a Bollywood, well, one of the many Indian subsects of cinema.
Right.
This is that movie where we got some of the crazy epic stuff with like the guys launching themselves with palm trees to go fight a war in a castle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The fight on the train.
This is a re-release then? This isn't a new film?
No, this is a new film.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was the one that had the amazing fight on the train. When they do actions, their action is just so over the top. It's
What was that
awesome.
one that was really big a few years ago that everybody saw?
Their version of the Terminator.
RRR was really good.
Well, in fact, I think it's actually the same director, the same writer.
There's enough about the poster that aesthetically reminds me of RRR, right?
Yeah.
And what you were just saying about some of the action sequences makes me think of RRR.
Guys, Indian dwarves.
Indian dwarves.
Okay, let's go see it.
All right.
And does it have a dance number?
What? It better.
It better.
Like, I want to know about this chick with the fire in her head.
Yeah.
Does she have that for the entire movie?
No.
Is this the bad guy? Does he's posed like
I'd
the bad
kiss
guy?
you, but your head's on fire. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
She's so hot. We can't touch her.
I know you're the romantic female lead. Yeah, I don't know this one. Yeah, this isn't the one I saw. I saw one that they had like this 20-minute fight on a train. It was sort of like a Western, but it was just bonkers.
It's like
that's the appeal of that. They know what their audience wants. Their audience wants to have big, grand, epic fights. This is the stuff we used to have. Like, Shanghai Noon was a perfect example of that. Just to throw a name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like all the things that we have our big Western stuff from the 80s and 90s, right? And then we have the Expendables, which everybody forgot about that genre. It seems like they don't want to make it anymore. But then in India, you've had stuff like this, and they're getting better at the appealing to Western audiences and kind of appealing to everybody. And then you have Korean cinema that, for the last 30 years, like Korean horror and stuff like that, has just been kind of weird in its own thing. But then they've been slowly, again, figuring out their lore and putting their lore with things that are more globally marketable.
Yeah, I mean, Squid Games, All of Us Are Dead, K-pop Demon Hunters.
That's the other big one. And
yeah,
it's just kind of sad to show you, like, Hollywood failed to keep their finger on the pulse, and now they're paying the price. Now other people are coming up to take that away from them.
They paid to court China for so many years instead of trying to appeal to everything. They wanted like that dollar instead of everybody's dollar.
Yeah. It was big in China.
Which, on paper makes sense to track and follow, but so much of that money stays there. And that's the one big downside of that, is that you can't bring that here.
Right. It looks good, like you said, it's great numbers, but you can't reinvest it, right? Shop local first. That's what our small town says.
And then they turned around, they took all the development and know-how they learned from Hollywood, and they started making their own stuff. I mean, wasn't there like a big Chinese animated film that came out earlier this year?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but yeah. But you're right. They basically, in the way that people complain about the wars in the Middle East, the fires of Kuwait stuff, and how we left all that equipment that, and trained all the people like for wartime, right? I'm trying to dance around it because I know we're on YouTube. But then in the same way that we've been training countries like China for the entertainment aspect and investing the money and giving them the resources, and then it's like, no, we're good. See you later, right?
Yeah, we left this multi-million-dollar set behind, and China's like, I can work with this. I can make like 20 movies in this set.
Yeah,
for half the budget.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then what? What was it? The Rings of Power. The first season cost so much money because they were like building a brand new set like in every location instead of just filming outside.
Yep.
It's like
at one point they wound up just having to tear down the entire sets for season 2 and go rebuild it in an entirely different country.
Right. And it's like, how all that cost when you didn't need to do that.
Exactly. In the 80s, we just film the entire movie in the Mojave Desert over a weekend, and bam.
Yeah, in the
There you
80s, they gave you all the music. It was like, here's a synth, here's a bag of Coke. We'll see you in a week or two.
Yeah.
Or when you,
It's a yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your synthesizer. Here's your bag of Coke. We're filming a post-apocalypse movie over the weekend.
yeah.
Now it's you can't do that anymore.
We'll pay for it in beer and get Mel Gibson on it.
Yeah, exactly.
About it. I did find that movie. It was called Nizatu.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there it is. Yeah, I just.
But I guess at the end of the day, that's kind of the truth of it. It's like there's so much entertainment out there outside of our borders to go and enjoy that
Mm-hmm.
we don't need to stop, and we don't really need to stop and just enjoy what we're told. There's infinite entertainment out there, and there's far more than we'll ever get in our combined lifetimes.
And then there's also, like, in the same way that there's world powers for commerce, there's world powers for military might, there's world power. There's also world power. There's the struggle for entertainment, and I think one of the biggest things that we've seen in the last 3 to 5 years is how the East is, dominating with anime, manga, with, Marvel rivals, Hong Kong, Taiwan, China. They're not, we're not just getting anime quote from Japan anymore. We're getting like Solo Leveling. That's not Japanese, right? So you're getting, huh? Yeah,
It's,
exactly.
Korea.
Exactly. So you're getting all this stuff, and not to mention K-pop and music, K-pop Demon Hunters, and all that stuff, right? So you're having all this stuff that all these people that have just been like, oh, we're Western comics, we're this, we're phoning it in, we got this, and then to step on some toes because they don't listen to this stuff anyway. All the stuff with Comic Skate in the last 5-10 years, all the infighting of all of our stuff, and then it's like, neat. Somebody's still working. Somebody's still appealing to the audience. Somebody's still writing inspired stories, and that's what's going to sell. Not being the king of your own, king of the hill, right? Cool. You pushed everybody off your hill, but nobody wants to come to your hill anymore anyway.
And then we get the common Americans. We get the people who will go out there and find the stuff that people do want to see.
Yeah,
Right.
Common America. It's a perfect example.
Also, just because.
Right, because and what it. Oh, okay.
Put your clothes back on, Miss America.
But like,
Too hot for Steam, as it turns out.
Oh.
That was a story that happened, by the way. Apparently, like Steam
Yes.
says no to bikinis.
Steam says, well, I know Chibi Reviews, which, some people, whatever, but him and a few other people like Yellow Flash and a bunch of people have been posting about it, how basically Steam is saying, yeah, lady butts are too sexy and we can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't have adult video games on Steam anymore.
Right. And it's not, some of them aren't even adult. And I mean, there's the stuff with if you've been paying attention with the Visa, MasterCard telling them you can't do this and you can't do that. Then Steam doubling down, being like, oh, we just can't do this. It's like, is it because you're being told to, or is it because of this? Or are you trying to save face and getting egg on more on your face? Because if you say it was your decision, you don't look like a cow. I don't know. It's just authority, control, and a lot of weird different stories coming out. But again, it's like, I get with a online and global economy that you can't always have all the safeguards you want, but at the same time, to say you can't have this and censor certain things and say, oh, we don't like this, you're not allowed to have it because we don't like this in animated form or certain game format, but like in Europe you can marry your cousin, cool, that's fine, right? Like, these are legal things that have happened in the last month, right? All this you can fact check. I'm not making this crap up. It's just like, and okay, I'm soapboxing. One last thing is, Asians look like they're 15 until they're 50 years old, right?
And then
I'm
they,
being
they, then they look 80.
Right. But there's a wall. And I'm being only slightly hyperbolic here, but they look young, and then all of a sudden, bam! You wake up one morning and it's like it's the grandma from your favorite Korean movie, right?
Yeah.
And she's just a day older than she was when she looked 18. But like all this stuff about like, and this goes back to the Asian market dominating, Asian entertainment dominating, and it's like, well, if it looks like this, or if it looks like this, it's like, are you really concerned about one thing, or is this like somebody saying we're upset that China, we're not leading anymore? So if we whisper these things in the ear of other people and say, well, if it's like this, I know this is a slippery slope, but it's like, if you're trying to effectively,
Well, I think what
Yeah.
what you're seeing
Go ahead.
is
go ahead.
Hollywood and the Western powers that be that have stayed in power, Hollywood, etc., and New York as well for the
Yeah.
East Coast. They set trends. They controlled culture in a lot of ways, and
Mhm.
they've lost that control. You're now going to start to see these nexuses popping up from other places all around the world that are going to come in and going to be able to have its own values that are going to take precedent.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The
The
indie zine, whatever you want to call it, movement in all the different genres.
The-
I mean, we
The
just
Hollywood-
saw that the number one movie is Black Phone 2 from Blumhouse, right? Another $3,000-$4,000 horror film. In animation, we've got all the little studios on Amazon and everything picking away. K-pop Demon Hunters. It got Has Been Hotel Season 2 on Amazon. You got everybody
Yeah.
has their own little.
Yeah,
Hmm?
it's about to be, if they're
Yeah,
advertising.
it's just started, right? Yeah, some great songs again.
I gotta go catch it.
So yeah, it's and then overseas where they don't have to deal with the same things we have to deal with.
Mhm.
Part of the problem is that there is all these, to follow up on what Puck was saying, we've built in these walls.
Yeah.
The comic code, the filmmaking code, the insurance code. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't jeopardize the merchandisers, whatever. And then the rest of the world's like, insurance?
Well, and then
OSHA?
it's like,
No,
what
I'm
we-
just going to jump off the side of this building and maybe I make it to the bottom.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's the other thing. All the leagues, all the guilds that propped up that just make things too hard to work here. But that is the industry they built for themselves,
Yeah.
and it's failed to keep up with technological advancements. Look at Coca-Cola is just for the second year in a row now making AI Christmas commercials. That's just going to be what they're going to do going forward, and there's no stopping that.
Yep.
People on Twitter need to accept that's the reality of the future there.
Yep. Making
Well,
jobs.
Rails, but it was an awesome conversation.
Well, I just want to tie it back.
Indeed.
I just want to tie it back to the fact that, like, okay, in the same way that, or in the way that you have the U.S. companies, tied to their certain things, doing their certain things, kind of built themselves in the corner with unions and AI and all this stuff in the last couple of years. You have these Japanese companies are saying, we're restructuring, we're rebranding. We understand what this was, but we know we need to do something new. So we're taking the risks to take the next step to move forward, to combat that history, to try and put things in place that we are more accessible, are better marketable, have the ways to be accessible in other countries so that people can access and purchase and invest in our media.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And again, it's how different it is between here and over there. It's like Coca-Cola takes a risk. It risks losing millions, billions. Japanese company takes a risk. Oh, well, we lost a couple thousand. We can just start over someplace else. They're more willing to take a risk because they don't have to deal with the same stuff.
But the difference, though, with that is Coca-Cola is one of those sticky name brands that it's just people are gonna buy it no matter what.
Yes,
People
exactly.
like Coke, they just won't.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
is
they don't have to take a
little
risk. But
exactly.
if they fail in the billions. If a Japanese company fails, oh well.
Well, as long as they
but-
don't hire Dylan Mulvaney. But go ahead.
So Captain Hefon asks, "What will Power Rangers do?" Oh, OG, do you want to give me the help give them the quick sum up on this one?
What is going on with PR now that Hasbro has abandoned it after the horrible anniversary? There's Ninja Kids met Power Rangers, which is basically Power Rangers, but they're I don't know. I've only seen one episode, and it's surprisingly good. It's sort of a weird continuation of Mighty Morphin to the Ninja Kids company. There's Armosaurs, which is just started on Disney, which is basically a Korean Power Rangers with dinosaurs and stuff. But as for Power Rangers, Hasbro keeps saying they're going to do a reboot. There was production, stills out for a new reboot, but now it's just kind of floating in the. We don't know. I would keep an eye on Ninja Kids Power Rangers and Armosaurs. And if those are successful, then we would probably see something with Power Rangers. Yeah, that's it. Armosaurs. Yeah, it's Power Rangers. Look at it. It's Power Rangers.
Okay, that's a pretty cool. And again, Korean entertainment. They've been following. They've been studying, and they're giving us what we gave them in their own way, and giving it very palatable.
Yeah. What was the number one comic Halloween costume like 3 years ago? Squid Games.
Mm-hmm. This year, K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
I had a coworker come into work Friday in the big old sleeping bag thing from that.
Nice.
And it was like that is not OSHA certified.
That's funny. But yeah, now when the West is emulating the things we get from Korea and Japan, then they're gangbusters, and we're trying to keep up.
Yep, every store has a Korean section now that didn't have it, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, at first it was manga, now it's Korean stuff too.
Yeah, in the market, you start seeing the, Costco started selling Costco brand bin mop, and and in the frozen section they had like Korean food now.
Nice.
Huh. Well,
because
with that, I think it's you learn something every day, and I think this could be something that we learned. Is that there's now Korean food in the Costco frozen food. So right alongside your coffins and your 1998 hatchback cars. But with that said, I think we're gonna get out of here. Punkwaddle, what you got coming up, buddy?
Oh, probably. I may not do. I need to get back to the Penguin Positivity, but I'll for sure have a PSA and something Ice House on the weekend. Getting back in the saddle again, as I say.
Folks, do yourselves a favor. Go over to YouTube, give Punkwaddle a sub, because we need to have some good little pumpkin positive.
Pumpkin positivity.
Penguin pumpkin positivity.
Yeah, I'm a pumpkin now.
Awesome.
He's Pumpkin Waddle.
Punkwaddle.
That was a few Halloweens ago.
Well, I think you better bring it back for Christmas, because pumpkin pie.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Sounds awesome.
OG, what you got coming up, buddy? A little more, raising your fist and yelling about Watsy.
Well, every Wednesday, still, if Watsy does something dumb, I'll talk about it. Other than that, it's the same. We just had my post-apocalypse hex crawl rules were just put up on drive-through last week. The superhero role-playing game should be finished in a couple weeks. Then I just got to start working on the art. That's probably how I'll start ending the year. Interviewing the people from Rutgers Almanac on Wednesday. Other than that, I just report the tabletop role-playing pop culture news and occasionally get angry and make silly songs.
There you go. Awesome.
guys, thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming
Thanks for
out.
inviting me, man.
Always, anytime
Yeah.
you want to come by, we want to just talk about some Super Sentai. We want to, yell at Hasbro for a little bit because of what they're doing with WotC. I would be more than happy to have you on.
Yeah, I got to start coming
It's
on
one of
more.
those-
It was a good conversation.
Yeah. It's always good
It's
to
one
have
of
you.
those things we can never get too sick of. But with that said, tomorrow I'll be doing a little bit of a movie reviews. We're taking a look at the Goonies. We're gonna sit down, relax and get a little baby Ruth action and there. But folks, with that said, be good to yourselves. Take care. Remember the week's just getting started, and hopefully I'll have the audio fixed for next time. But
It was fun. The audio.
with that said, let's get out of here.
I know stupid. And this is definitely stupid.
Lynn is alone with the grimoire.
I stab it! Wait! I backstab it!
Good call.
You can't backstab it. You can't sneak attack an inanimate object.
Why not? It's prone.
It doesn't have a discernible anatomy.
It's got a spine, doesn't it?